10,000 years ago. We mistook the seeds of grasses, first consumed in desperation, as food. We then allowed this mistake to balloon, not only perceiving this mistake as the discovery of a dietary staple, but as a food ideal for human consumption. Recognizing the ills of modern wheat and wheat belly was the first step, but now we can take another major step and eliminate all grains. Once that is accomplished, we proceed even further along the path toward total health by identifying and undoing all the harmful effects we've accumulated during our grain-consuming years, and that can persist even in the aftermath of grain removal. That's why I call this approach total health. In Wheat Belly Total Health, we are going to explore in greater detail why this dietary detour has caused more human disease and suffering than all the wars of the world combined. We'll discuss why and how experts joined in on this mass hysteria, even co-opting government agencies and policies into the delusion and creating an example of collective madness larger than the Salem witch trials or the fear-mongering of the Red Scare, making absurd practices, such as bleeding with leeches or frontal lobotomies, seem quaint. We will then take this journey of discovery further, discussing how, after you undo this grain-induced mess, you can pick up the pieces and reconstruct diet and correct weight, hormonal status, and other facets of health you may have thought were out of reach. There are aspects of life that are beyond your influence, genetics, family, and shoe size, for instance. But most of the factors that color your day-to-day existence are indeed under your control. Removing grains is the courageous first step, but there are plenty more steps to climb to fully undo the years of health abuse you've endured. In this book, there are wonderfully empowering strategies for you to consider to heal the wounds received during your grain-consuming days and unravel the tangle of health problems that developed. Once you're grain-free, you may be left with disruptions of bowel flora and digestive function, nutritional deficiencies, and chronic conditions like osteoporosis. These will all need to be addressed. You may find that medications previously prescribed to treat a long list of grain-related health conditions are no longer necessary. Some people take their diets on other unhealthy detours, such as by introducing gluten-free grains or unhealthy sweeteners, and discover that, while they may not be as bad off as when they consumed grains, they're striking compromises in health that needn't be struck. All these issues must be addressed to find your path back to total health, ungrained. Brace yourself for revelations about diet and health that you've probably never heard before, even if you were an avid reader of the original Wheat Belly. In Wheat Belly Total Health, I follow a no-holds-barred, sacred cows be damned, reach for the skies attitude. My goal is not to titillate, nor to astound, but to inform, without the influence of agribusiness interests or the bias of flawed epidemiology. I'm going to ask tough questions while discarding preconceived notions to get to the root of dietary wisdom. There, we discover that, minus grains, not only does a long list of chronic health conditions dissolve, but you are also capable of achieving new heights of health and life performance that you had only previously imagined were possible. We relieve this emperor of his new clothes while watching his huge wheat belly and man breasts shrink, his swollen joints flex, and his seborrheic skin clear. We observe his further health gains by dodging all other grains, then reclothe him in fabrics truly fit for a king. That king will be you in all your noble grain-free glory. The Grain-Free Experience, a crowd pleaser. I could not have written Wheat Belly Total Health 3 years ago when the original Wheat Belly book came out. So many people have engaged in this lifestyle change, so many physicians and healthcare professionals have come to embrace these concepts, so many new lessons have been learned as the worldwide rejection of the healthy whole grain message has grown, that have crowdsourced a steady stream of new and unexpected lessons. Wheat Belly Total Health distills the wisdom gained from the millions of people who have embraced grain-free living and rediscovered what it means to be fully healthy and alive. We are collectively undoing what humans have managed to botch for 300 generations, and we are doing it while dietitians, the USDA, and other defenders of the status quo harumph, protest, and cast insults as they watch their last 40 years of work crumble beneath their feet. The information age explodes with the empowered wisdom of crowds, shared at